Okay. So this is Module 5, Engaging with Grammar and Different Approaches. We will discuss, first of all, what we need to include in a grammar presentation. We will look at different methods that can be applied into your teaching. You tell what works, what doesn't work, and we will plan how to present a grammar point. Okay. So first of all, imagine that you are teaching the grammar point used to. And in groups, decide what do learners need to know about the meaning, form, pronunciation, and use. Let's do it in groups here as a whole group altogether. And what problems might learners have, and what are the solutions? And what approach would you use for teaching and practicing used to? Okay, so considering your learners' first language and the difficulties they might have, how do you teach used to? So let's share as a whole group here. Next activity, we can work in breakout rooms because still I'm waiting some colleagues to join us. Okay, any volunteers?
Hello, Ms. Sherif.
Yes, please.
I want to say we can use the simple past and simple present to explain this rule for the students. So we can put two sentences. The first one is the thing that we used to do in the past. And the second one, the present sentence, we said that we don't do this anymore. So that when the students see that um, uh, we can give the meaning of the two sentences with one sentence, it will be helpful to use this rule instead of writing two sentences. So it will be interesting to learn this rule.
Okay, the connection between them. So, when you say that, I want to also highlight this. So, in that case, what meaning you want them to know? You are focusing on the meaning right now, right?
Yeah, on the meaning and yes, on the meaning.
What do you want? What do you highlight? What do you think they need to know about the meaning?
They need to know that for the routines at the present, we use the simple present. The routines that we are still doing them. But in the past, we have some routines in the past and we stopped doing that routine or habit. So that it should be in a past, let's say, structure, because we don't do this anymore.
Okay. That's what you want to focus on.
Yeah. So we use the verb to with the verb to of use to, and we have also to let them know that use here it's not like about using tools. It's not the meaning of using tools, or it refers to something that like habits or routines in the past.
But we don't do them anymore.
Yes, that's right.
That's a good point. Okay, Shuha.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you. Good to hear from you.
Thank you. About the function or the rule of this, the function of this rule used to, we can make them master the rule or the function or the meaning by connecting connecting it with the real life situations from the students' own lives. Maybe this make them master it more.
Okay, can you give one example?
For example, about the habits they had in the past, but they now they don't do it more.
Okay, so yes, they did in the past, but they don't do anymore. Yes, so this is something, yes, we can focus on habits, routines, as you mentioned. Okay. In terms of form, what do you think they need to know about the form? If we focus on the form now, so we set examples from real life. Okay. Yeah. What do others think? Laila, Mohammed, Noor, what do you think? Rogaya, Sufyan. Yes, Noor?
About the form, maybe what is the correct tense or the correct form of the verb that followed used to.
Okay.
To be careful about using base form of the verb when they using this kind of grammar.
The verb.
Or maybe I could show them multi sentences and ask them to guess what is the similar between these 4 or 5 sentences. And when they point out that there is used to teacher and there's a verb after used to, I will ask them then what is what distinguish the verb that followed used to, and they maybe all say the verb is in the base form without adding ed or ing or derived for the second or third form of the verb.
Okay, that's a good point. It's for yes, use. But any other details about the form, Shuha?
About the form, maybe we can give different examples to make students illustrate the rule or conduct it by themselves. Do not give it directly.
Yes, so it's nice.
Don't give the rule directly, but give them the chance to conduct the rule by different examples. This may be easier. Then after that, give the whole rule for them.
Okay. What rules would you give? So, verb in base form. What other rules? I mean, would you like
Yes,
them
about
to?
the affirmative form, the negative form, the interrogative form, all forms of the used to.
Okay, so because there are some differences, right? Ahmed, you want to add something?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about the affirmative and negative, especially the negative, that we use two acceptable forms. One most common with didn't use to, and the other not or less common with use not to. And give them examples.
Use not to.
Yes, use not to.
Can you make a sentence with that?
She used not to talk much.
Okay. That's a good point. And then the question also, yeah.
Yeah, and I can give them the question, did plus subject use to plus base form, and I need to concentrate on the verb to do. The verb has to become base infinitive verb after verb to do.
Okay. So, pronunciation, thank you. These are all great points. What about pronunciation? What would you highlight about the pronunciation of? Yes, Dua?
Yes, in used to, we don't pronounce it like use, Z. We pronounce it like used to. And the D is dropped. So used to. Yes, and I can show them how we write it.
Okay, so Okay, tips. And then finally, about the use, also we mentioned that examples from real life, so many ways we practice. And from your experience, what problems might learners have with used to in your country, Rogaya?
They forget to use it for habitual action in the past. Maybe they will use it for present habits. Like say, I used to study, for example.
Okay.
So the solution for this to give them example about routine action in a present time, and to explain by giving them more sentences actually, and more drilling. To explain that this used to use it for habitual repeated action, and we've stopped doing that at the present time. That's the most common problem that they face now.
Oh, it's interesting. Okay. They use it to express present habits.
Yes.
Okay. Do they get confused with present simple? Or at least do they ask why we used to, not past simple?
Yes, they confused by to use it for present and past. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, more and more examples, contexts.
Yes, they need to practice. And personalize maybe help them.
Yeah.
If they personalize the use of it, I think they will use to use it.
Okay, so personalizing, practicing, examples from real life. Yes, thank you. Shuha?
Maybe some students may confuse the literal between the literal meaning of use.
Okay, that's a good point. Exactly. So it's a completely different thing. So they need to notice. Noticing is really important for learners, of course, not for young learners, but with higher levels, we can give such examples from real life, right? And what approach? Do you have a favorite approach? You gave some examples, like you give examples from real life. Any other favorite activities for you to present, practice, used to? Yes, Noor?
In the new curriculum, I love their way of showing used to. They are presenting used to as a person who had a certain lifestyle, and he decided to change it to become or to replace it with a new habits. So I will tell them a story about someone who was practicing a kind of habits in maybe a bad or a negative kind of habits, and then he decided one day to change these habits into a more positive habits or a new habits, and tell students, ask students to tell me about what they used to do and what they are choosing to change in the present life.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, stories also help. Anything you want to add, Shuha?
Maybe showing them a short video or a film to someone who has past habits, but now he stopped to do them. This is an activity.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there are ways, definitely.
روح تاني في الدار بحضر المحاضرة.
Okay. Now, I will show you a photo. Okay, so this is one example from Istanbul. This is a ferry, picture of a ferry. And picture carefully and try to Mute yourself, please. Okay. Try to find out something about my past. Ask me questions.
Do you live near a river?
No, but this is a sea, Bayan.
Sea, okay.
But I live actually. No, I live near. I mean, not. It's close. We are not too far. Yes, Yazan.
Do I have to ask you in the form used to?
No, just this. I show you the picture of a fairy. Try to find out about something about my past. Why? I mean, this is about my past. What is it? Try to find out by asking me questions. Why do I show you this picture? It's about my past.
Okay. I think I will ask. Did you go there a lot of times when you were young?
Not when I was young, but yes, I went this ferry stop many times, but not when I was young.
Did you use it as a transportation?
Yes.
To cross from place to another.
Yes, in Istanbul, we have two continents. It's connecting.
Yeah.
And if you remember from the map, world map, Turkey's map, one side is European side.
European, yeah, and Asian.
Asian, yes. I live on the Asian side, and I took the ferry to go to the European side.
European side, yeah.
Yes, Noor?
May I ask you how many times a day you rode it?
Okay, I took it in the morning and in the evening. Leila?
You use it to go to school?
No, Bayan, I didn't use it to go to school. Yazan?
I'm Layla. I want to ask you how was the ferry look like in the past? Do they the same like nowadays?
When I took the ferry, it was exactly the same. I mean, this is how it looks like now, and it was more or less the same. Yazan?
Okay.
Yes. Did you take the ferry many times to Europe, or did you use another transportation means for going to Europe?
Yes, I used other form because I took one minibus to go to ferry. I took the ferry and then I took another bus. So every day, 3 transportation, and on the way home, on my way back home again, bus, ferry, minibus again. Tough. Okay, and where were I going to, do you think?
Work?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're young, it's not old enough that you go to school by it.
I worked in an office of the consulate. British consulate was on the European side, and I had to take ferry sometimes. In the evening, I was just saying that next morning I will come back again. Why going home? Because it was such a long journey. It was so tiring, but I stopped working there now. I don't have to take the ferry anymore. So, thank you. Well, you asked me about how I went to work in the past, and please ask if I still do this now. So ask about my present.
Yes. So are you still using it to go for your work?
No, I don't take ferry anymore. So I don't have to take, although the journey was really pleasant when you take the ferry, but I don't take
it not every day
anymore. Not every day, yes. So how can I express myself with used to in that case? If I say, how would you describe my experience with ferry? You used to use them for traveling. Okay, yes. I used to use ferry. If I say that, I used to take the ferry to work. Yeah. Do I take it if I say that? Do I take the ferry to go to work?
You mean now? No.
No. But yes, I don't take the ferry anymore. Yes. So I used a picture to present the grammar points. I used a picture for them to understand what was happening. I could maybe use motorbike if I rode a motorbike in the past and don't ride anymore, but that's not the case. I used this ferry example. So how did I mean, I didn't present the form, the pronunciation, but how did I introduce the meaning? So let's talk about this. Yeah, somebody, Oday cannot use the microphone. Okay, no problem. So how, yeah.
Answer. Questions and answers. You introduced.
Yeah. Did it take a long time for you? Was it difficult for you to understand?
No.
How would they respond? Imagine your learners. If you show the picture of you doing something in the past and not doing it anymore, what pictures would you show them? Think about what pictures would be interesting for your learners. What would you do next in the lesson, for example? What would you choose to introduce this in your lessons? What images would you use? You said videos. Yes, you could also. Maybe a childhood photo would work. Something that you used to do, but not anymore. Would be interesting for your learners. Any other ideas? I think learners would really like something about teachers' lives, right?
Yes, they keep asking us questions about our personal life. So yes, they want to know. So presenting the grammar in your way, showing us a picture for your transportation and things like that, it was really enjoyable. And we enjoy asking you questions. So yes, I think my students will enjoy doing the same.
Okay, that's great to hear. So many ways we can use, and we can also maybe ask them to bring some photos, and they can also talk about it next lesson, because they understand what it's about. They can also, they are practicing questioning, asking questions. So this was one example. Thank you for participating. Now, in the next part of this session, you will be working in groups. And with your group members, you will choose one of these grammar points. Present perfect for experience. Present continuous for future arrangements. Should for advice. Comparative adjectives. Only one of them. Choose only one of them. Please take a picture of these. First, you need to agree with your group members which grammar point you will be focusing. And in your groups, decide the meaning, form, and pronunciation. You will focus on this. So how will you introduce the meaning? How will you introduce the form? How will they practice the form? What are the different forms you will be highlighting? And which context you will use to introduce this grammar point or for them to notice this grammar point. I think there was an information gap between us in the previous example. You didn't know, you asked some questions. There was an info gap. And then we needed something to express that past routine that is not happening anymore. So what it will be the context for this grammar and what questions you will ask to check meaning, form, or pronunciation. For example, I asked you some questions like, do I still go by ferry? No. So this was a concept checking question. Okay, you will have 15 minutes for this. And after 15, we will come back and each group will present briefly. Please choose a spokesperson as we always do. Okay, now let me ask some instruction checking questions. So, first of all, will you cover all these grammar points?
No, we have to choose one, right?
Exactly. You have to choose one. And how long you have for this?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
And you will be deciding on
meaning,
ABC.
form, and pronunciation.
Context.
context.
Question.
Yeah, exactly. The things that we have discussed. How will you actually teach it and help them get the meaning, form, and pronunciation? When we come back, we will share all together. So it's a very engaging task. If you are not able to speak, please still follow the conversation and type in the chat so your group members will get some input from you. I will put 3-4 participants per room. We'll have 4 breakout rooms. Okay. See you in 15 minutes.
adjective, we add, for example, er to the end of this adjective, so they can what know the form of the this rule by themselves.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So you are using photos with that.
Yes, and they can compare it. And for the short words, let's say words from one syllable or two, we can add, for example, the er, and they will see this. For the more than three syllables, for example, it takes, for example, here more. Yes, this is about, for example, the pronunciation, and we can show them how we do this.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is an important detail that they need to know. How will you make them notice that change?
Yes. First, when they see the adjective itself, it's tall. Then what happened for this adjective when we compare, for example, between two people, we add er to the end of this adjective. Yes, so they can see it and they can notice the change.
Okay.
We keep asking the questions all the time, and they will give me the answers. Then I write examples, and then they will see the change. Yes, and to know the rule.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, your group members. Yazan? Any other groups chose comparatives?
We choose something else.
Okay. No other comparatives? Okay. So Yazan, you are raising hand. You want to say something? Okay, maybe it's an old hand. Okay, who would like to continue? Noor?
Yes, thank you, Sarah. We choose should as an example of one of the grammar rules that we want to our students to practice. We thought about using a short video showing someone facing an obstacle, and then as a teacher I will pause uh, the video and brainstorming what would my students suggest as a solution or advice for this person to do, and then continue showing them the video which present should rule in proper or the correct way. How should students pronounce and use the correct form of the verb in the sentence? Then I will uh, um, hang or show them number of pictures for many people or number of people facing some situations, and ask my students what kind of advice they would give these people facing these situations. And I will hear my students practice the grammar rule, and maybe in the end of the class, I would show them maybe an or um, tell them an imaginary situation I faced, and ask them to write on a small paper their suggestion or their advice for me, and collect these paper. So I read it out loud without embarrassing my students if they make a mistake, and correct them if there is some grammatical or written mistakes or vocabulary or correct or incorrect using of uh, maybe arranging of the sentence. And as Ahmed said, to check their pronunciation or how they apply this stress or know where is the correct stressed word in the sentence, maybe I could give them a worksheet with examples of sentences written with should rule, and ask them to highlight the stressed word, and then ask them to read it next time as a warming up. in the beginning of the class, next class.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm just wondering also, let's think about it. How would you check if next time do you check the worksheets, I mean, for those, or how do you recycle? How do you make sure that when those talkative students participate, we may think that the class understands, but there might be some students who are confused considering your class size. How do you monitor their understanding? Ahmed?
We can divide the students into groups to help each other to check if they understand, or pair work. It could work.
Maybe I would write weak student's name on some box, and trick my student that this box full of students names, and pull the name randomly, so the students would when you hear your name, stand up and read one of these sentences.
Yeah. If they can't read, then they will be.
I will cry firstly because I give a whole class for this rule, and when I discovered that my students didn't get it, I will cry, and I will weep my tears, and maybe I would give a revision class for them, maybe.
Yeah, this is something to think about. Layla?
Yes, maybe we can give them two pieces of paper. One is red and the other is green, and ask them and put randomly and write verbs randomly on the board, and something right and something wrong. For example, we can ask them, cut your nails, be quiet in the classroom, help your friend, be polite, and other negative acts. And we ask them to raise should, the green one for should, and the red one for shouldn't. This is for weak students or students who are shy and don't participate, to check that they understand the rule. Or we can ask them explicitly, why did you use should in this sentence? Can we replace it by must? Can we replace it by couldn't, for example? And they can answer. This is the way how we check them in the classroom in reality.
Okay.
Or to act something, for example, they come and act the verb and say should or shouldn't.
Acting also can be, yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Okay, and who would like to be the next? We have one more, yes.
As you, Serene, I would interrupt, sorry. What kind of advice would you give us for this situation? I mean, I want to hear your perspective. Did you face this kind of situations?
Yeah, all the time. It's checking understanding is one of the biggest challenges. It's easier to check understanding, but how to consolidate, how to address this is another question, of course. It also, considering your large number, I mean, they need more practice. Do you have that much time for this is actually question. But I think peer learning is the best approach for this.
Yes.
Using peers, using those stronger students in a way to help others.
Yes.
When actually maybe sometimes giving learners some roles, responsibilities, because the best learning is when you actually teach something. And you have to learn if you want to teach So maybe giving them little responsibilities for them to present something next lesson. But to identify that, I like the idea of using cards and maybe sitting and standing up about some phrases. That way you can easily monitor who is standing in a case in which they should be sitting with a gamified activity without
Yes.
embarrassing them. Worksheets can also help for you to check understanding quickly.
Okay.
Or we can even ask them with maybe by holding a card or maybe finger correction.
Right.
Using their fingers. There are so many ways, but yes, we can identify them. But what to do with those learners who are behind is actually the difficult part, considering your pacing schedule.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but I think peer learning is one way to help because you may not be able to, or
Yeah.
providing with some extra activities.
Like a small help from students for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Elham, you want to add something?
Yes. Hello, everyone. How are you? We choose present continuous to talk about arrangement. To the meaning, I can create a short dialogue. Do you want to go shopping tomorrow? Sorry, I can't. I am meeting my cousin, for example, tomorrow. Then I ask a student, is the plan decided? Is it a finished plan? When is it happening? Then, to show the formation, I can ask a student for more examples with she and they, and they can elicit the formation. For the context, I can ask them, what is your plan for the weekend? Talk about weekend plans or appointments, and ask them to decide their plans for the weekend.
Thank you.
And yes, I can ask them to check. I can ask them to check they understand the rule. Am I talking about something happening now, or I am talking about the future plans? Okay, I can give them more examples, raw examples, real life examples. Talk about myself. Create an example. I think it's يعني, they can understand through examples, through their examples. Can ask them the form. What comes after is are, for example. What do we add to the verb? Like this.
Great ideas. You use lots of concept checking, lots of examples from real life, personalization, contextualization. So all the things that we have discussed so far. Shuha?
Sorry for interrupting, but I'd like to ask my colleagues if there is there a WhatsApp group.
Yes, Shuha, I think there is. If you can please share the link with Shuha in the chat. So
Yes, please.
Okay, that would be great.
Can you put it in the chat, please?
Yeah, please put it in the chat.
I think only the admin can share the WhatsApp group link.
I
So
d-
if you want,
okay.
Who is the admin?
yeah. So write your number and I'll send it on the group. They will add you.
Okay, I write my number. Please try to join me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much once again for your valuable contributions. Shuha has just put her phone number. Please call.
Serena, I want to ask you something,
Yes,
if you may. I emailed you last week about being absent in the last meeting, last week meeting. Yes, it was a technical issues with my laptop and I missed the class. What should I do? What kind of maybe excuse what I present for the British Council or for you, or is it okay or not?
It's okay. Try not to miss any more classes. If that happens, let me know. So I will take a note next to your name that you missed one less session because of a technical problem. British Council is seeing my note.
I emailed you, and I want, yani, if you have the time to check it, it's okay.
No worries.
Thank you.
Okay. Shouldn't be a big problem. So, okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, please don't forget to add Shuha to the WhatsApp. Have you received it, Layla? I don't know who. Oh, who is adding? So, okay, whoever, maybe it will be easier for who is the admin person on WhatsApp?